And um, you know they're living with PTSD over there.
Well, you
There's
think
no
about
way that they could not be.
you are thinking that way, but then there's other people over here thinking I'm glad I wasn't on it, and that's all I got to say.
There is a lot of people that are like that. It's like, I'm glad I wasn't on that
That's
plane.
how different heart you are than somebody else over
Somebody,
here.
no,
I'm just saying.
yeah. So, and that's
A
you
lot
know,
of people don't feel the same way we feel
no.
about life.
And what you just said there, a lot of people can, like, really be thanking God that they weren't on that plane or in that building,
Yeah.
or um, just any of the scenarios that happens, or even in that classroom. Thank God my kid wasn't in that classroom. And just the amount of lives that are associated with any amount of numbers, like that, for
What do you
deaths. And
think the last person that got out of the Twin Towers building, as they went out the door, the very last person,
so,
what would you think they would think?
well, they might have been thinking relief that they're finally out of the smoke that was, choking them,
Yeah, yeah.
because it was all engulfed. Even the lower levels were at that time. So, the smoke. But for me, I would be thinking about all the people not coming behind me. I'd be wanting to look for faces of the last people that I saw to see if they made it out.
Well, there you go. You
So,
say it by you saying that. Same right here.
yeah,
I worked my way all the way up in my operating career. I've done everything I was supposed to do. I thought I was done, and here I am again. Well, that just like something you just said. You work your way up out of it.
yeah. And that's what they did. They fought. Every single person in them tires that got out fought for their life to get out.
Yep.
Them firefighters gave their life to help them people fight that fight. And we fight that fight every day. In some way or another, there's always somebody out there that thinks that there's just absolutely no other way out.
Well, like me coming up out of the ashes.
No.
Jesus brought me up out of the ashes.
Yeah. Right. Gave you your crown.
Gave me my crown. Has treated me like gold.
So,
Now,
yeah.
I cannot say in no way will I ever doubt Jesus Christ, my Savior.
And then you have the people on, the airplanes from 9/11, and knowing that, you know, that the one that crashed in the field.
Yeah.
They had already, talked to relatives or family on their phones.
Yeah.
They already knew that planes had crashed into the World Trade Centers, into the Pentagon, and they made the ultimate choice, which was their sacrifice to to sacrifice themselves before anybody else could get hurt, before them planes could get back to a city. That one plane, the one
Yeah.
that crashed in
Yeah.
the field.
Yeah.
And they overtook the cockpit finally. The passengers on the plane did, and they crashed that plane. They knew they were going to die. It was just that they actually got to make the choice of, are we going to die here, or are we going to die taking out another city, or another, they took, down the Pentagon, where they headed for the White House. Can you imagine how many places, scenarios they had in their head about where the terrorists were going to take their plane? That would be so scary. So, and they did what I think I would have done too. I would have crashed in. I would have chose to die right then and there than to put anybody else's life in danger after seeing what had already happened. So, yeah. I know that God had them the moment it happened. I know He did. So,
Yeah.
I know that He had them.
God's got a lot of things we don't know about.
Yeah. And one day I
He's
hope to
got a
meet
lot of
them.
tricks up his sleeve too.
Yeah. And one day we'll get to meet them all. We'll get to meet every last single one of them. And I hope that I can tell each of them thank you.
He's got a lot of angels. He's got a heck of an army.
Yeah. And our natural disasters that, that just take lives, and it's just unbelievable. So.
Now, is that God made or man made? What do you think?
So, well, I don't know. I mean, we do know, but.
Do they really make Somalias?
Well.
You know what I'm talking about, them big waves.
Yes, to tsunamis.
Tsunamis.
Yeah.
Somalias.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, can we blame God for it? Because He made the heavens and the earth, right? He's the one that put the earth together, and it's this earth that is splitting. You know, the tectonic plates, so they shift, and that's what causes the earthquake. And underwater, when that happens, it sends up the big, shape, and that's what builds the tsunami underwater, and to head off and
like atomic bomb. Going off. I got you.
So, and if it was in, above ground, you get the shaking in the buildings, the ground breaking open and all of that. So, that's what happens on top. But when it's under the water, it's
more compression.
Yeah, it is. And the moment it.
Don't forget, I used to come from the mine too.
There you go. So.
Drilling.
Yep. So it pushes so much of that water up, and then it starts building up, and before you know it, you've got them giant waves that were 20, 30 something feet or more.
Now they're 60.
No. Yeah.
No,
and do they get worse? Yes, they do. I mean, we've had bad tsunamis in our past, that have literally taken out.
Well, if I lived that close to the ocean and that could happen any second,
it could.
I'd make sure I kept up with Jesus.
Definitely. So, definitely, because you would want somebody else's hands around you, besides just your insurance company. So, you can be in good hands with Allstate, but you're going to be in really good hands if you know Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you sure will be, but, and, Trump's office, I've been hearing them talk about doing away with FEMA, and to me, that's a big yes. And
yeah, look what they just did that. What, Kentucky, or wasn't it?
In Tennessee.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, I think so. The big flood that happened out there and all of that. And I mean, your response time, FEMA, failed. And we saw that in Katrina. Look at Katrina. I mean, that was the first national major disaster we had that was filmed 24/7. You could watch CNN, Headline News, Fox, whatever, and you could see Katrina live.
Yeah.
Because them reporters and cameramen were at the Superdome with everybody else trapped.
Yeah.
From being in there. So they were stuck in there too. And so they rode and they did it. And it was like, get them help. People were dying. Just get them help. And FEMA was right there. I don't know what they were doing. Hands tied. So.
Do you like our background music?
Yep, this is our Mexicana ice cream man rolling down the street on his bicycle. So selling ice creams.
Fitting all. I'm just saying.
Now, Jesus wasn't like that, but he might have some. So, knowing our neighborhood, so.
I just thought I'd throw it in there.
You never know our local
ice cream man.
Yeah. So now if he had some marijuana and some ice cream, that might be a good combination because people sometimes get the munchies. But no, marijuana really ain't the problem in our neighborhood. But anyway.
And it's more than drugs. It's people that got demonic entities attached to them. Don't think I'm kidding about this.
So do you think after being on the drugs so long that it just causes these people just to, or not all of them, but some of them just to, I don't know.
Go off deep end?
I mean.
Fall completely head first into hell?
No.
On earth?
We have seen
There's
it
hell
happen,
on earth
John.
and heaven on earth. Which one you want?
No. Hell on earth or heaven on earth? Yeah.
Which one
I know which one I want.
I know which one I want. I want heaven on earth, and here I am, content.
Yeah.
Having a grown-up conversation. Both of us got different opinions, but basically means the same thing. It's the values that we hold.
Yeah. It's the values that we hold. Yeah, mine are strong. So one of the big things that I constantly pray for help with is judgment. Um, I don't want to judge people, and sometimes I feel like it's so easy to.
He puts us in a
Just like the
position.
Mexican in the ice cream truck. No, he does not, or the ice cream bicycle. He does not probably have fentanyl or drugs on him, but that is just, we just made a judgment on that.
That's right.
It's not our place to judge.
No.
But I find myself doing it a lot. And I correct myself all the time. And I pray for forgiveness for it. And I pray for help. I do. I pray for a lot of help with that. So.
But that just makes you think. Look, it could be happening.
It could be. So. Yeah, it could be. So. Yeah.
That's stuff you don't see that's happening.
No.
In the universe, you're spiritually. Once you learn that, you'll know how to kind of thrive a little bit in it.
Yeah, you'll thrive some.
You're raised like a rising phoenix.
Yeah. No.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, like a phoenix.
Like a phoenix. Well.
If you don't know what a phoenix is, you can always go back to Harry Potter. You'll know what a phoenix is.
Life ain't Harry Potter.
No, we don't have magic wands.
No. But we do got spirit.
Yeah.
The Indians really believed in the spiritual realm of things.
But they were more so in tune with nature than I think any of us ever could be today.
Well, they didn't have no double wide, sis. Okay?
No.
I'm just saying, they didn't have no double wide.
They did not. No, they had teepees, which was freaking awesome because they handmade their teepees. And so that was pretty awesome. But no, they, to me, the Indians, because they were, they had their names, like the birds' names. And
they gave, warriors' names.
Yes, and all of that, and maybe even fish names like Cart Boy or or something.
Golden Cart.
Yeah, it could
Golden
be.
Buffalo.
So, yeah, so.
White Buffalo.
Yeah, so. Orange Salmon, I don't know.
What's that main famous